What we're going to do is a exercise called opportunity parameters. And what this is, it's a practical framework for aligning you to your dream life. And essentially, what I've really realized in life is that when we make decisions, if we're constantly making compromises in our decision making, then we're constantly in compromise. And when we make decisions that are purely and very focused aligned into things that we truly love and desire, and this comes really from our passion and our purpose, we want to design these framework to allow us to make the decisions that lead us into that place. So, for example, if your passion is sustainability, but you keep taking jobs as a bartender, you're always going to be a bartender. And there's nothing wrong with that. There's no judgment. The only judgment I have is, are you doing the things that you want to do for you? Are you choosing things that truly light you up, that truly bring you into that purpose to allow you to be that person that you really want to be in this world? How do you want to show up in this world? What do you want to contribute to the world? If your passion is including people, making sure there's equity and people are equal and looked at equally, then you shouldn't be doing a job that is far from that, right? Because you're not using your skill set. And it's okay. We can't put this hard expectation on ourselves to immediately get to that place. But what we can do is we can take some time, and what we're going to do together is take some time to drop in and really feel what it is that we want in our lives. And then from there, we're going to design some questions for ourselves that every time an opportunity comes up, we're going to look at that opportunity parameters and we're going to see, does it match what I really want for myself? So for me, my opportunity parameters look something like this. I need to feel happy. I need to have extended freedom and travel. Basically, I need a choice not to experience winter. I don't love winter. So I can't take a job if it says to me, you must be in Sweden all year round, because it does not fit my opportunity parameters. I need to leave room for a healthy lifestyle, create enough income to sustain what I'm current lifestyle. It can't feel like a job, and it has to be automated eventually for me. And the newer one I've added is I have to work with partners that are reasonably good communicators. Because I've learned if I don't do that, it turns into a disaster for me. And I even had a situation with one of my business partners where we had to go to court because the communication was so bad. So not fun. Then I also, ideally, all of those things have to be true for me to say yes. And the negotiable ones are, I must feel a strong purpose. It can't be too stressful, and there's an opportunity to create community. Yours are going to be very different, but that gives you an idea of what we're going to be building today. So in order to do that, we're going to be going through a meditation that I'm going to take you through. And then after that meditation, we're going to start build what it is that you need to build for yourself. And we're going to start, and I'd like you guys type this in your notes. I would recommend it being in a place that is synchronizing to all your devices. So don't put it in Microsoft Word. Put it in like a OneNote. Put it in notes that are going to synchronize to your computer, to your phone, because you're going to need this for a lot of years. And in fact, for me, when I was taught this years ago, but this is probably about 10 years I've had these. And when I've followed these opportunity parameters, it's always led to opportunities that are useful for me. And there was a couple times that I didn't follow these. An opportunity came up. I was in Bali. I was referring a lot of people to getting these kitasas and creating businesses in Indonesia. And my friend of mine says, hey, let's do this. Let's open up a visa company. We can make some money. We're already referencing hundreds of people. We might as well do this ourselves. I didn't go to my opportunity parameters. And we started this business, built a company around it, decorated this beautiful spot, hired all these people. And it ended up being a year and a half of hell for me. And the reason is, if I would have looked at my parameters, I would have said I was not working with partners that are good communicators. It felt like a job. It didn't really leave it didn't have any purpose. It was like, there's no room for community. So it basically took me to the wrong place. I would like everyone just to turn off their cameras, and we're gonna lead you into a bit of a meditation. Gonna be a little hard if you're in a cafe, there's a lot of distractions around, but we're gonna take about 10 minutes and, get into this. We're gonna drop in together. Okay, so this is a 10-minute guided meditation that's gonna help you drop in to basically we're gonna get you into a more alpha brainwave state. And we do this to start preparing you to design your ideal life. So, what I'd like you to do is just kind of relax a little bit. If you can, just close your eyes. And we're just going to take a deep breath in together. And then another deep breath in. We're starting to slow our bodies, slow our mind. We're starting to be comfortable. Make sure you're comfortable. Ask yourself, can I be more comfortable? Try to drop into that. You can put your hand on your lap if you're sitting. Take another deep breath through your nose and then out through your mouth. Letting go any tension. And we begin. With your eyes closed, I want you to visualize a beautiful mountain scene. In that mountains, in between is a valley. And you are sitting on one side of that mountain. It's serene. The sky is the sunset, orange and pink, purple sunset, just the right amount of clouds. It's warm. You feel that on your skin. Just a light breeze. You feel safe. Feel at ease. You feel peaceful. You're surrounded by the sight, sounds, and the smell of nature. We're going to take another deep breath in, down. As we're looking down in the valley below, there's a soft white light glowing from the valley, but it's clouded a little bit and a slight fog. You can't see exactly what's down there yet, but you know what in this valley is your future life. This is the life that you want for yourself. This is the life that you deserve. The life that makes you feel fully yourself, where you are in your power, you are in your extreme purpose, you are in extraordinary alignment to who you are meant to be. As you continue to deeply breathe, I want you to repeat the following to yourself 5 times. I am relaxed and at peace. Take a breath and repeat it to yourself. I am relaxed and at peace. Do this on your own. Each time you're sinking deeper and deeper to relaxation. Now, in front of you, you see 20 natural stairs leading down into the valley. They're made out of stone. These stairs lead you to your new life. And every time we count down, we reach a deeper level of relaxation and you become closer and closer to your new life. We are going to begin descending down that staircase, each step getting closer to that white, glowing light. I will count each step as you descend from 20 to 1. And as you descend, you're getting more relaxed, closer and closer. Picture yourself walking down those stairs. Feel it under your feet. Imagine yourself there. 20, 19, 18, 17, 16, 15, 14, 13, 12, 11, 10, 9, 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. And repeat this phrase in your mind after me. My subconscious mind is open and receptive. I am ready to access my inner desires. I am ready to envision the life I want. You have reached the bottom of the path. You are engulfed in a safe white light. This light represents the highest source of wisdom and guidance. Allow this light to fill your entire being, washing away any negativity or stress. It's allowing all possibilities. As you continue to breathe deeply, begin to create your ideal life. Imagine yourself living the life of your dreams. Imagine the perfect environment with your ideal career, surrounded by all the loving relationships you desire, and you're doing all the things that you love most. You are now in your new life. Picture it coming into existence. Anything is possible. Anything is possible. We're going to take a moment for you to explore this for yourself. How do you feel? What do you see? What can you imagine? You have 2 minutes to stay in silence, to be in this place, to imagine what it is that you want. Look around, be curious, and don't let anything stand in your way. You are limitless. As you are visualizing your ideal life, feel yourself becoming more and more connected to it. Imagine it in vivid detail. Is there a partner next to you? Is there children? Are you on a stage? Are you working with kids? See yourself experiencing all the joy and love and abundance that it brings you. Allow yourself to feel the excitement and anticipation of living this perfect life, knowing that you deserve to live the life of your dreams. Admire what you've just created. Know that this is your reality. You are capable of creating this. We will now begin to slowly come back, counting from 5 to 1. With each number, feel yourself becoming more alert and awake. When we reach the end, open your eyes, feeling refreshed and renewed, and ready to take inspired actions, brave actions towards manifesting your perfect life. 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Welcome back. So when we do your opportunity parameters, one of yours might be, I am in a place where there's enough sun, things are growing. That might be part of yours. And another one, a leaf might be, I'm surrounded by women that I love, that I feel inspired by, or something of the sort. That could become a parameter for you. What we're going to start doing is we're going to start testing and writing some of the things that we want for our lives that are parameters. So you can take from your visualization. It doesn't need to be. That was just there to try to get you into more of a heart space and away from the monkey brain for a minute. And now we're going to come back a little bit more to our reason. So what I'd like you guys to do is just start brainstorming. We're going to take some time on this. Some of the things that you think might be your parameters. Don't worry if they're negotiable or non-negotiable. We're going to do that exercise later. We're just going to write them. For example, it might be, I need to feel like I am saving people's lives, right? Just brainstorm these, okay? So let's take some time. I'm actually going to give you about 5 minutes to do this, and then we'll check back in, and then we'll go from there. So go ahead. For anyone watching the recorded version, make sure you're pausing this, giving yourself enough time to just start writing some things, brainstorming. So now what we're going to do is we're going to take some time. We'll use, if anyone feels comfortable, we're going to use an example and we're going to walk through each one of these together. And then what we're going to start to begin to do is start to think about, is this a non-negotiable parameter or a negotiable one? For example, for me, the opportunity to create community, it's a big part of my value system. Yet I don't need it to say yes to an opportunity, because there's some opportunities for me that are just business oriented. For example, I started a resort. I was part of a group of the resort where I put some time in to raise some money. And it was a wedding resort in Bali. And it wasn't really a good opportunity to create community, even though there is some ability to do that. It felt like still an opportunity that it made me happy. I could automate it. I could do all these other things. It didn't feel like a job. And I could say yes to it. So that's a negotiable parameter. But something like must be partners that are reasonably good communicators, it was non-negotiable. And I had that, so I could say yes. So with mine, I had an opportunity. Start this resort. They said, does it make me happy? Yes, it does. Does it allow for extended travel and freedom? Yes, it does. Does it leave room for healthy style? Yes. Is it enough income? Yes. Does it feel like a job? It doesn't feel like a job. Can I automate it? Yes. By working with partners that are good communicators? Yes. Does it have purpose? Not really. That one didn't have a strong purpose for me. Is it stimulating but not stressful? Yes, that fulfills that parameter. Is there an opportunity to create community? A little bit, but not strongly. So it fulfilled all my non-negotiable parameters and some of my negotiable ones. So I said yes to it. With that other company, I started a real estate company. It didn't make me happy. It was keeping me to a certain location. I still had room for a healthy lifestyle. The money was unclear. It did feel like a job. It was difficult to automate. When I did this, I ended up losing a lot of money because I had to walk away from it because it wasn't truly aligned. And if I would have went to these parameters, I wouldn't have done that business. So this is what we want to do. What we're going to do next is we're going to move each one of these into the category of non-negotiable or negotiable. And we're going to practice this. So for example, when I say must work with partners that are reasonable and good communicators, that's one of my parameters. I ask myself, I put myself in a scenario where I look at every single parameter and I assume that those parameters are there. Then I put a scenario with one of those parameters being missing. So for example, an opportunity arises. We're going to play a little game with ourselves. And you're going to have to go through this. It's a bit of a process. Say, okay, I have an opportunity. There's this business. I am going to start this business around helping people be in their alignment. Does that make me happy? Yes. Okay. Does it allow for extended travel freedom? Yes, it does. This opportunity allows for that. This opportunity allows for a healthy lifestyle. The money's pretty good. I don't feel like a job. I can automate it, but the people I'm working with are not great communicators. So we go through each one and we take a negative of each one. Okay, so this opportunity, people I'm working with, I know that they're not great communicators. I know that they are prone to drama. I know that they're prone to blowing up. Can I say yes to this opportunity? And for me, the answer is no. I can't say yes to it. I have to say no. Even if the money's amazing, even if it's a really cool project, we're building a small city in Bali. It's a community around art and music, but the people that are running it are just difficult. I have to say no to it because I know that if I say yes to it, it's not what I truly want. It's going to be really difficult for me. So now what I want you to do is take each one of those that you believe is non-negotiable, meaning it absolutely has to be there, or it's negotiable, meaning it would be nice to have. So I'd like you guys to start doing that now. Okay, I'll give you an example. You have an opportunity to start a business, and in that business, you're going to be saving a lot of lives. You're going to this country. You're going to be impacting people in a gigantic way. You're going to be making good money, and you're not going to have any time for yourself. It's a high stress situation. Maybe you're in a refugee camp. You're going to be on 24/7. People are going to be needing your attention all the time. You're not going to have an opportunity to kind of be restful and playful. It's going to be kind of intense for you. Is that what you want for your life? Well, it's yes or no. Is that okay? Are you cool with that? Is that your dream life? No. Then it has to be a non-negotiable for you. Excellent. And this is a great example, which is many times when I do this, people put time frames. I must be able to be in winter a maximum of 4 weeks. I'm okay. If I'm in Sweden 4 weeks, I'm cool. If I'm in winter for 4 weeks, but if it's more than that, I have to say no. So you could say something like, I need an opportunity to rest and play at least every 2 weeks or at least for a month. It's okay if things get intense for a month or two, but after that, like I need some opportunity to rest and play. And if I don't have that, I have to say no. So you putting time parameters can be really useful. So for example, some other parameters you might have is I need at least 3 weeks vacation a year. I need 2 months vacation a year to go get in the sunshine. That could be a parameter. I could work hard 10 months, but if it's more than 10 months, it's too much. That could be a parameter you put in there. You should be creating a framework that's going to lead you and funnel you to what you truly desire. Right now, on a practical sense, it can be difficult to just stop your life completely and go into something that's perfectly aligned, right? Sometimes it takes time. But right now, maybe what you do is you have a negotiable and a non-negotiable that are the same thing. One's a different time frame. So you could say
Mm-hmm.
something like, I can't be in a high state of stress for more than 1 or 2 months at this opportunity, right? I'm okay if in the beginning, the first month or two, it's a little chaotic, it's a little confusing. It's okay if I go into a startup and I have to work hard for 3 to 4 months, but after that, I need this. So, but remember, this is your life. You are deciding what you want. If you are taking the time to design your life, do you want to design it with compromises or do you want to design it in what you truly want? And over time, you're going to ideally get more and more aligned. It's a transition. It's always a transition, right? I would challenge you to go for what you want, which is what I'm hearing is this. One of your parameters is I must be in a place that doesn't feel isolated for more than a few weeks or a few months. So now if I say to you, I have an opportunity where you can do something really amazing that you love, it's great money, but for the first month, you need to be in Siberia by yourself, right? And you're like, do you say yes to that? If everything else is amazing, but you need to be in Siberia by yourself for a month, is that okay for you? Can you accept that? Whatever you accept into your life is your reality, is your now, is your present moment. So, for example, if you say yes, if I say to you the following, I have an amazing partner for you. This partner is absolutely stunningly gorgeous. They're so cool. But for the first 2 months, they're going to treat you like shit. They're going to cheat on you. But after a while, it's probably going to get better, right? Do you say yes to that? You probably wouldn't, right?
No.
So the challenge that I'm having for you is to not accept the things that are out of your alignment. So in this case, if this opportunity is going to be a crappy one for a while, that becomes your reality. That is what you're choosing. That is what you're telling the world you will accept. That is what you're telling the universe you will accept. That's what you're vibrating. The frequency you're vibrating at is one of, I accept what I don't want right now.
Mm.
So that doesn't mean you can jump directly into everything being perfect, but it means you need to commit to yourself to do the thing that you want to do. So, to answer your question, I think you should write the parameter that I say yes to opportunities where I'm in a location that allows me to get to other places reasonably. You could even put a parameter on it. For a long time, I had a parameter that I would, that basically I needed to be within an hour and a half of a major airport, an international airport. That was a parameter for me. So then I wouldn't live in a place that was, because what I realized is when I lived in a place that took me 3 hours to get to an international airport, I just didn't visit my family or friends. It was a pain in the ass. So your parameter might be, I need to be within, and then fill in the blank. What's reasonable to you? 2 hours to an international airport, maybe a parameter, 1 hour, whatever it is. You might say, I need to live in an international city, or I need to live close to an international city. And then that becomes a parameter. So if I then give you an opportunity again to go to Siberia, it's a no for you, right? And because the truth is, when you say yes to something you don't want, you are in, that's where you're at. That is you. That is your reality. That is your decision. You create your own reality. Once you know that you are responsible, only you are responsible for your own reality, then you stop becoming a victim. You start becoming the driver, the pilot of your own life. And I'm not suggesting that you're not that, but I just want to be clear, right? For everyone. So what do you want? If you want to be in an international city or near an international airport, write that in and don't accept anything but that. Anyone else want to give me one example that you're not sure of if it goes in negotiable or non-negotiable? This is what I'm here for. I'm here to help you guys. Jabu, anything you want to go over?
So I keep on adding to the opportunities. And then what I'm doing is just literally choosing whether it's non-negotiable or negotiable based upon the way I want to live my life. So for example, I've put on non-negotiable. I go back to it because I didn't stop looking at you. I've put everything I do must be in service of humanity in some way. So any opportunity that comes, it has to be, it doesn't necessarily have to be in mental health, but it has to be something that improves humanity in some way. So for example, been in diversity, equity, inclusion, I could do something in that if I know that it's leading to a better quality of life for a certain minority group. So that is a non-negotiable for me. Um, yeah. So I'm literally, the more I'm sort of putting stuff into negotiable, the more I'm also thinking of other things, other parameters that I would want to add. And I'm also thinking about compartmentalizing them. So parameters for career, for social life partners, people who I want to have in my, as part of my close relationships or my inner circle. What are those behaviors? Who are they? So I'm kind of creating different compartments at the moment.
Thank you. That sounds great. What a beautiful parameter. And I think I just want to point out the way that you've written that feels perfect to me because you're thinking more than the moment, right? Right now, your alignment and your desire and your excitement and curiosity might be around a certain topic, but you're realizing what your underlying value system is improving humanity, right? Making a difference and improving the human condition. So right now you might be expressing that by doing a certain function of that, but later on it might be something very different. Maybe you're doing diversion and inclusion right now, but later on it might be women's education, right? Which is a different expression of the same sort of core value system. So I think I love how you wrote and you keep it generic enough, but still with your value system that it has to be improving humanity in some way, right? And so, for example, if I say, Jabu, I have this business that we're going to start. It's this new cryptocurrency company. We're going to get a bunch of white rich people. We're going to get a bunch of white young people, super rich. You're going to make a ton of money. You have to say no to that because it's not really improving humanity in any way. It's getting a bunch. So And sometimes it's hard to say no to good opportunities when, especially that money comes into play. You're like, you know,
Mhm.
I got offered to be CEO of a solventless hashish company in California. And the money was freaking ridiculous. It was so much money. And I was really tempted and I really was playing with it and realized that one, I had to be in Northern California for 5 years. And two, I don't even like marijuana. So what am I doing? And I don't, this like, it didn't really be with my value system. And I ultimately had to say no to it. And, sometimes I look back and be like, oh my God, I left so much money on the table. And I'm really happy I did. So I think these are really good ones. Thank you for sharing. So we'll start to wind down a little bit. But the idea here is hopefully you've done, you probably haven't completed this, and that's okay. It's a workshop to get you going and get you thinking about this. My challenge to you is to put this in a place that you can read it consistently. A sticky note on your computer, maybe your screensaver on your phone, or just something where you're going to see it over the next week. You're going to see it consistently, more than once. Promise to revisit this to yourself and really get in and feel and see that after this workshop, when you read those, do they all still resonate? Or does anything else come up being like, no, actually, I need to be in warm weather. I need to be by the beach. I need to be in a place where I'm working with this old women or inspiring women, or with, I need to be making a change in politics. I need to be changing policy. Like if I'm not doing that, it's out of my alignment. Really looking at that and coming back to it. And if you have any big decisions coming up, for example, you're going to be offered a job, you're changing career, you're looking to start this business, make sure, go back to these parameters each time this comes up, check your parameters. And the challenge is don't change the parameters to fit the opportunity. And that's really easy to do. I find myself doing that. I've done it before. I promise you, it's not a good thing for you. For example, starting this other business, this visa business in Bali. I didn't think of the parameters. I was like, this is going to be easy. I just do this on the side. It was a year and a half of very difficult conversations. I lost about $30,000 in it. Not a huge amount, but it was significant. And it was a mess. It was a freaking mess. If I would have listened to myself, if I would have followed my own parameters, I wouldn't have been there. So I would love to see you guys enter the next opportunity in being more aligned. And don't say, okay, yes, this is a great opportunity, but I'm going to be working with people I don't like, but everything else is good about it. It's close enough. I'm just going to say yes. You're going to end up having a difficult time, very likely. So, but remember, you are the designer of your own life. You decide. Whatever you allow now affects you in the future. So start saying yes to only the thing that you really want. Feels good? Great. Also, I didn't tell you a little bit about me, but my passion is really getting people to take brave steps to clarity and alignment and really like lean into what that is, which can be a little bit, uh, it can be brave. It can feel like alive, can feel a little scary. I've worked with people. One of the guys I worked with had a very successful company. He was making multi-million-dollars a month. It was insane. And when we did an Ikigai, or when we did like the parameters with him, with the Ikigai, what he realized was for him, climate change was what he was really passionate about, and he needed to do that. And he ended up selling his company, going and starting this three climate change businesses. By now, it's been three of them. And he's very happy, much more aligned, still making money. So don't be scared to think big. You can only perform as big as you think. So make sure, when Jabu was telling her vision, I was like getting goosebumps and I was just like, yes, you got that. You have it. And like she can accomplish that because she believes she can accomplish it. So make sure you can believe you can have all these things. So feel free to stay connected. Amazing. Thank you so much, guys. Have a great time.
Thank you for
Thank
today, John.
you.